Welcome to Memorial Stadium. I'm Rick Dupree along with Jay Yeezy John Yasataki. We're here live for the first of a doubleheader. Cleveland,
Yes.
the Eagles against the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And I tell you what, this is the first of our doubleheader. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff, and they have the lights on already. You hear the band in the background, and we are excited to bring you this contest here. Again, Cleveland and Roosevelt. And, John, I tell you, this should be a fun matchup. Looking forward to seeing what these kids are going to bring to the table.
Well, if you have a heart full of hope and a wish and a promise, Cleveland is defeated. In other words, they are winless against Roosevelt. So we'll see. But hey, the kids are out here. They're competing. That's what's important.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we have seen over the years here, this being our fourth year at Rainier Avenue Radio, of covering Metro League and high school athletics, and regardless of the skill level, regardless of the score, kids continue to compete, and so we certainly expect that here tonight at Memorial Stadium. And keep it tuned right here because, again, as I mentioned, this is the first of a doubleheader, and then following this game, we've got Franklin and Lincoln. Now, I'll tell you what, John, Lincoln is a team I think that has surprised some people.
They snuck up on a lot of folks.
And they have fielded a really competitive team this year, and so Juan Cotto will be here with John, and we'll give you the call of that second game. And myself, Rick Dupree, along with John, will give you the call of the first game. So, again, just a couple minutes away from kickoff, Cleveland and Roosevelt right here at Memorial Stadium. And also make sure to keep it tuned right here to Rainier Avenue Radio for all of your entertainment needs. You can catch me Monday evenings, 6:30 on Monday Night Sports with the Seahawks legend, 11-year NFL veteran Edwin Bailey. And we usually give you kind of a recap of the Seahawks game, and we want to make sure that we kind of give you his expert analysis. And then, John, you are on Thursday nights.
6 to 7.
6 to 7. And tell our listeners a little bit about, here and now and what's coming up this week.
Well, we kicked off on, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This is October. We have guests coming on. I had one of the candidates for city council, Cliff Cawthon, who's actually one of our co-hosts, one of our colleagues. He's running for city council. In the future, I'll be having Teresa Stovall, best-selling author from Atlanta. She'll be talking about, we get into a dialogue about a guy named Wayne Wells. He went to O'Day. He's a local guy, played basketball, and he, writes poetry. We'll be talking about things that are very contemporary. Issues that are going on around our country and things like that, and it's proved to be a very good forum for a discussion. But also, I'm going to have individuals coming in and talking about the Muckleshoot tribe will be coming in November to kick off Native American Indian Heritage Month. So the upcoming, we got a lot of stuff going on. Plus, Halloween's coming.
And we may have a little special treat for folks on Halloween, huh?
Yep.
from the desk of John Yasataki.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, more to come on that. And John, that's one of the things I love about Rainier Avenue Radio is that just the variety of programming. Typically on a radio station, you have a specific focus, and for Rainier Avenue Radio, because we are representing the community, in addition to the shows we have, we are opening the opportunity for individuals from the community that if they are interested in the show, there's a process where they can pitch an idea and it will be considered. And so it's got quiet all of a sudden because they're getting ready to go into the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. So that's at the start of each game. But again, so John, one of the special things that you can hear on Rainier Avenue Radio, just a variety, whether it's children's shows, sports, talk, music. All of it right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. So we're going to throw it to the PA announcer here as they go into the anthem, and then we'll be back for the call of Cleveland and Roosevelt right here live at Memorial Stadium. And they're waiting as Pledge of Allegiance.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and so we are about ready to go. The Rough Riders, excited head coach Ryan Sherlock for the Rough Riders, and for Cleveland head coaches Charles McFarland. And so I'm looking out, and Cleveland, in years past, John, has, like Franklin, has had a small roster. They still have a small roster, but it is growing, and the program, which is really, really fun to see. And
26, I think, is what I counted. 26 players in uniform. And I stopped after 30. I stopped counting Roosevelt's squad. When they hit 30, so there's got to be at least.
player just falls on it, so the Rough Riders will take over 1st and 10 on, it looks like about the 38-yard line is where they're going to 38-39. We'll see exactly where they spot it, John.
Yeah, I think he just scuffed that ball. I don't think he got a clean kick on it because it hit the ground first.
Yeah. So the ball is marked at the 38. The Rough Riders will take over. Connor Ridnour, the senior, is at quarterback in the gun. He's got one running back behind him, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the short side of the field on his right. He gets the snap, bobbles it, but he's able to pull it in. He's under pressure. And great play. He just pitches it out. And flag. He pitched it out, John, to Joey Vila.
Yeah.
And Vila, big gain across midfield, but I think it's going to come back a flag on the other side of the field, opposite of where the action was. So
ineligible. Yeah. Ineligible was down.
Receiver downfield,
It looked like he was going to run at first, and then he pitches the ball.
Yeah. It looked like he was going to run, and then he got some pressure, and as he got hit, he pitched it out.
Yeah.
So we are here live at Memorial Stadium, and with that penalty, John, that's going to be a big one. I think they're going to mark off 10 yards. So the ball.
And it should be, I think isn't it?
Well, now he's coming back, so it's going to be 5 yards.
Yeah. Ineligible.
Yep. So it looked like it was going to be a 10-yarder, but 5 yards. So the ball now spotted at the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 for Roosevelt on this first drive. We're about 15 seconds into the ball game. The snap and the handoff.
Oh, my God.
And good run off the left side, and that is number 4, Tony Lopez. Lopez, the senior running back, gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, a little bit beyond that to the 40-yard line, so to make it 2nd and 8.
There was absolutely nobody there to contain that run for Cleveland. It was gone. It's almost like it was empty.
Roosevelt in the no-huddle offense. And Ridnour looking to find a receiver on a big hit. The reception is good and a big hit by Shukun Wu, but still a first down for the Rough Riders.
Pass was right on the
money, Ridnour. And you said in the pregame that Ridnour is a kid who some schools are looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Is a prospect. And so, again, Roosevelt going with the no-huddle offense. And they got the play, John. They're on the line of scrimmage ready to go.
Yeah.
They're not wasting any time. Ridnour, the quick out.
Nice pass.
And he's got Joey Vila. And Vila breaks a tackle and almost gets past another and brought down for about, check that. That was Bo Erickson, number 15.
First of all, they're getting the plays in and they're running them fast.
Yep.
And, better snaps too. There was one bad snap, but, you could tell everything changes when you get a snap, whether it's a direct snap or a shotgun or
good point. And
Yeah.
John, that play is going to come back. So there was a hole behind the line
Wow.
of scrimmage, and it will come back to the Roosevelt 46-yard line.
Whoa, that
So
was
it's
one.
going to be about first and about 22.
That holding had to be on the line of scrimmage for it to go that far back.
First down.
And so the gain on the left side, Roosevelt getting back a chunk of that penalty yardage. They get about 6 or 7 yards. So the ball is across midfield, John, to the, I want to say the 45, 46, check it, 47 is where they spotted.
Right.
So that will make it 2nd and 16. Rittenhour and whistles blow.
No, I think they got an illegal motion or illegal something here.
Yep. So we'll see what the call is here. We are early in the game. Referees conferring. It looks like it's going to go against Roosevelt, though, so they'll go back. Tell you what, the Rough Riders, John, shooting themselves in the foot. Shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties right now.
This goes
check it. Going against Cleveland.
Yep. Offside.
So check that. They're not shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, well.
And so back to the 42-yard line. So now we'll have 2nd and 11, much more manageable for Roosevelt.
Well, they're in the attack zone. They're in the plus side of the 50. Roosevelt throws that a sideline.
Yeah.
Sideline out. It's like a flat pass. Cleveland's not covering it.
Yeah, you got to get your DBs up.
Yeah.
And Cleveland right now about 10 yards off the ball.
Too far off the ball.
The handoff on the left side, a big hole.
Nice
and
cut.
Coming out, he's got some room, and that is number 4, Tony Lopez. And Lopez still on his feet.
You got
inside the 20. So a big gainer of about 22, 23 yards for Tony Lopez.
Yep.
And the Rough Riders knocking on the door here on their first offensive drive.
And you know what broke him out? Number 2, blocking downfield. Feather blocking, get in the way. Just get in the way.
Yeah. And Cleveland had the contain, but they didn't have anybody when he cut up, and then he cut back out.
Trips right.
And the pass now. And just ahead of the receiver. Oh, and a great catch by Bo Erickson. He's going to pull it in for a short gain.
But did you see? No one was covering him. He was
wide
open.
He was wide open.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the pass wasn't right on him. So quarterback Connor Rittenhour. So we've got a second. That was a gain of about 2 yards. About 2 yards. So we'll have 2nd and 8. Ball's on the 17-yard line.
They're still staying off quite deep.
Rittenhour, and he hits over on the side. Simon Gold. Gold gets around one defender inside the 10-yard line, and Gold gets a first down. It's going to be close. We'll see. Simon Gold, the 5'8", 150-pound senior.
Yeah.
And they're going to say it's just short of the first down, John, I believe. Yep. So it'll be 3rd and about a half a yard to go. And so Rittenhour in the gun. Got 3 receivers to the right. And they kind of stacked it up. And it was a timing pass, and he just was looking for Gold. Yep. And just wasn't there.
If that pass would have been on the money, he's gone. There's nobody covering that outside receiver out there.
Yeah,
the guy is about 10 yards off.
Yeah. And on that, they stacked. So they had the trips out there, but they had the 2 guys kind of side by side, and then Gold was behind them. They're doing the same thing again.
Trips with a stack.
And they've only got 1 defender out there. They've got to get guys out there. So 4th down. Rittenhour calling the signals. And the handoff right up the middle, and he's got a first down. That's Tony Lopez. Yep. Lopez, senior running back, 5'10", 170 pounds.
So I'm coaching on the sideline saying, throw the pass.
Yeah.
You got a stack over there. Trips right. Nobody's on. Yeah. You only got 1 defender. He's off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, your 2 guys there that are stacked can kind of set a screen, if you will, and then that back receiver gets it, and he can go untouched. So with that 1st and goal on the 6-yard line, Connor Rittenhour looking, fakes, hands off, and I believe touchdown.
Yep.
6-yard touchdown run.
Yep.
And John, I believe, I'm trying to see the number. I believe that was running back number 4, Tony Lopez, takes it in.
Yep.
6 yards out, touchdown, Roosevelt.
Simple dive handoff, straight up the field.
So just like that, Roosevelt driving down on their first offensive drive. Tony Lopez, 6-yard touchdown run. and the Rough Riders leading it 6-0. They'll try to make it 7 with the extra point.
Yeah, and remember, it's about, 15, almost 18 yards in penalties
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
absorbed. Even on that, they drove it down.
The kick is up, and I think it's going to be wide to the left. Oh, no, went through.
Good. It's good.
It went through, so
it came out of there funny.
Yeah,
it just didn't look like it was going to go through.
Almost a sidewinder coming from right to left, but
Exactly.
went through the uprights and was good.
Yeah.
So with 7:57 left to go in the first quarter, Roosevelt strikes first. They lead it 7-0 over Cleveland. We are live at Leon H. Brigham Field at Memorial Stadium on the campus of the Seattle Center. And John, it's gloomy out, the gray skies, but the sun trying to peek its way through here.
Yep.
So we got a little sun coming out from the west.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at the that drive was pretty elemental running pass.
Yeah, it really
they
was.
Used all phases of it.
And John, I said sun coming from the west. Is that? That's the east. That is the
That's
west.
west.
Yeah, it is
That's
west. Okay, I didn't have to get my. Because typically, a football field is north and south. You hear them talk about. You got as a running back, you got to run north and south.
Right.
And I was known for often running east and west to get north and south.
Right, to get north and south.
But Memorial Stadium is situated where it goes east and west, not north and south.
Well, this will, again, this is always the issue for receivers when the sun is out.
So high kick fielded at the 15 by the Cleveland player. He's across the 20, the 25, the 30. Ball's out.
Fumbled the ball.
Ball's loose. And
Ball's loose.
Cleveland saying they jumped on it. We'll see. But Roosevelt has it.
Yep.
The Rough Riders get it. So the turnover on the kickoff. John, it was a good return.
It was a good return.
And then just a hit at the end and the bobble.
Yeah.
And the ball was on the turf. And the Rough Riders make the Eagles pay.
Well, as they say, just like when you're tackling, you got to wrap it up. When you got the ball, you got to wrap it up.
Yep. So Roosevelt will take over 1st and 10 on the Eagle 33-yard line, leading 7-0 with 7:47 left to play here in quarter number 1.
If I had any advice for Cleveland's defense, crowd that line of scrimmage. You're leaving too many gaps out there.
Yeah,
too many holes.
Yeah, and the DBs are way off, and so the pass
was terrible, but there was nobody on the coverage.
Yeah, nobody on the coverage. So providing some, Don, I believe that was number 59, if I'm not mistaken, Ronaldo Jones applying pressure there on quarterback Connor Ridnour, and Ridnour's pass fell to the turf incomplete. But like you said, I'm looking at the inside receivers here. One inside receiver has nobody on. Now somebody comes out, but they're 9 yards off the receivers.
Right.
So the handoff, and that's Lopez on the right side, cuts it back. Lopez,
he's
still on
running.
his feet.
He's
still on his feet.
Oh, my God.
Lopez down to about the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 8 yards.
Right. He kept his feet going.
So it'll be second. Check that, 3rd and about 3. So we'll give him about 7 yards on that run.
Cleveland's only got 4 on the front, defensive linemen. And that's not enough to stop the run that they're running at. They're just blasting through those holes. Straight handoff. He's an eye back, set behind the quarterback.
So Ridnour looking to his right. He's got a receiver. Throws it up and over. Oh, he's wide open. Touchdown. Great play. Sam Ingman.
Yep.
That was about a 27-yard touchdown pass.
Yep. It. Late on the coverage. Out of position, actually.
Yeah. So the DB was there, but on the pass, the receiver just turned on the jets, and that was a Sam Ingman, and Ingman takes it in for the score.
And you would think with the defensive backs backed off about 9 yards off the line that they would have a little bit ability to drop deeper, but he was out of position. Good pass.
Yeah.
It
was a really good pass.
Yeah.
It was a timing play, and Ridnour laid it on. Extra point is up, and it is good. So just like that, John, in a matter of less than a minute, 2 scores for the Rough Riders, and they lead it 14-0.
Yep. It's well, hopefully the kids at Cleveland don't drop their heads down and that they keep that chin up and compete.
Well, that's something that we've seen over the last couple of years is that regardless of the score, kids continue to compete, which is, and that is, John, that is, I take my hat off to the coaches and keeping the kids focused, and for the kids coming out here and competing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So 7:02 left to play in the first quarter, and Roosevelt with a 14-0 lead. 2 quick scores. Tony Lopez took it in from 6 yards out, 6-yard touchdown run, and then the turnover on the kickoff, the fumble, and Roosevelt recovered it on the 33-yard line and took it in, a 27-yard touchdown pass from Connor Rittenauer to Sam Ingman. And just like that, Roosevelt leads it 14-0.
We haven't even made it to halfway through this quarter, and it's a 14-point deficit. Come on.
So the kick, it's a high, and hits it down, and you got to feel that, and Roosevelt's going to get it. The Cleveland players, and you got it. The kickoff is live, and the Cleveland player didn't get on it.
It was 10. It's more than 10 yards.
Yeah. So it really, I don't know if it was a planned onside kick, John. I don't think it was. It was just like a looping kick. It was a very short looping kick, and if you're listening, not watching on the stream, and it hit the turf, and that's one of the things you get under it. You field it, and the Cleveland player didn't field it, and Roosevelt recovered it on the 35-yard line. And the referees, I'm not sure what the signal is here, but they're asking for football. That's what. So they want to switch the footballs there.
But it is Roosevelt's ball on the recovery.
Ball, 35-yard line,
That ball went more than 10 yards. Don James would call that a bunt punt. I mean, it just goes real high, but dead, up in the air and drops.
Yeah, came down and didn't have much on it, and scrambled for the ball, and Roosevelt got on it. So with 6:58 left to play in the first quarter, the Rough Riders leading 14-0, and they have the ball on the Eagle 35-yard line, threatening once again to score. Quarterback Connor Rittenauer in the gun, 3 receivers, I should say, to his left, 1 to his right. And the quick out.
Wide open.
And that is Bo Erickson. Erickson on the sideline, and he is knocked out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 22-yard line.
About a 10-yard gain, 9-yard gain.
Again, actually, a little bit more, first down.
Nobody was on him. He was wide open. There's nobody covering. I don't want to harp on that, but
right. Well, again, you hope that the Cleveland coaching staff is seeing that, and they bring their DBs up a little bit because they're giving Roosevelt just way too much room there. The handoff inside. That is number 34, Min Win.
They contained that pretty good.
Win. Let's see. Let's see where they spot it. Maybe a yard down to the 32-yard line.
But watch number 2, that slot receiver right there. Nobody's on him. 10, 15 yards back.
Yeah. You run a quick. You got one. They're looking. Rittenauer looking to his right. He's got a receiver and catches it right there on the sideline and pulling it in is Sam Ingman. Ingman, who had the 27-yard touchdown catch and run a moment ago. Pulls it in for the first down. Let's see, maybe.
I think it is a first down. He fell forward.
Right there on the sideline. Did a good job of pulling the ball in and staying in bounds. So Roosevelt will take over, or maintain possession, I should say. They're on the 13-yard line. 1st and 10.
They're going to blitz. That's good, but
pass out to Simon Gold. Gold cutting it up. And there's going to be a flag on the play. That's going to come back. Probably a hold.
Hold on the corner right there.
So complete to the senior, 5'8", 150-pound Simon Gold, the receiver. But it's going to come back. And the referee's conferring. Let's see what the official call is. 5:39 left to play. Yeah, and it's going to come back. That will go against. But again, John, the spot of the foul, not they're coming back quite a ways. So, 10 yards. 10 yards. I'd say the spot of the foul was roughly on, because it came back. It's coming back to the 18, so right around the 8-yard line where the right where the Gold was tackled.
Yep.
So first down and about 16 to go.
They run that stack right on the right, trips right, but on a stack formation. The inside defender will never get there in time.
Handoff up the middle. Good defensive play there.
Good defensive play, right.
Min Win, not a lot of room to run, and I believe that was number 51. 50 is DeMarco Dickerson, and 51 Stephen Abundis. Both of them there for the tackle. So no gain on the play. Make it second and maybe a loss back to the 17, 18-yard line. So it will be third. Check that, second down and about 18 to go.
That's a pretty good defensive play there, undermanned out front. So,
The pass, a little screen, but nowhere to go. That was Joey Vila.
That bubble screen didn't go.
Nope, nothing there. So maybe a yard or two. So that's going to make it third and about 15. Ball's on about the 17-yard line. Roosevelt leading 14-0, driving again, trying to add to their lead. Quarterback Connor Rittenauer calling the signals, looking to his right. And he's got a receiver over the middle running a post pattern and just
missed.
Yep, just missed him. He was looking for, I believe that is Bo Erickson. He was looking for number 15. Might have been number 16. No, that was 15. Yeah.
It was 15.
So again, want to remind if you're listening, not watching, you can check out the stream. Go to Rainier Avenue Radio's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch pages, and you can see the action right here as well as here. I'm Rick Dupree along with John Yasutake, bringing you the call here of game number 1. 4:29 left to go in the first quarter, and Roosevelt will try a 33-yard field goal.
Why not? Everything else has been working.
Yeah, no doubt. Joey Vila is receiver and the kicker. The kick is up, and it's looking good, John. Let's see. And it is.
It was.
33-yard field goal, and just like that, Roosevelt leading 17-0.
See, when you kick the way it gets caught, when that ball leaves your foot, that ball has to start climbing immediately because guys are too big, too tall.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to get some elevation on that. So
you got a clean elevation on that kick.
So again, kicker Joey Vila with the 33-yard field goal, and Roosevelt leads it by a score of 17-0.
I bet you if we asked him what other sport he plays, he's going to say soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you just tuned in, this is game number 1 of our doubleheader. Roosevelt and Cleveland, the Rough Riders, leading the Eagles 17-0. 4:28 left to play in the first quarter. Roosevelt started off the scoring at 7:57. Tony Lopez, a 6-yard touchdown run. Then on the ensuing kickoff was fumbled. Roosevelt recovered, and then Rittenauer to Ingman for a 27-yard touchdown pass. And we just had Joey Vila with a 33-yard field goal to give Roosevelt the 17-0 lead. And now this time, an intentional onside kick. It hits a Cleveland player, and it's going to be picked up again and recovered by the Rough Riders. So once again, John, I tell you,
what do we say?
You got to field it.
Offense brings the fans. Defense wins the game. Special teams, the kicking game, wins championships.
Yep. And right now, Roosevelt winning in all 3 of those areas. That was a Tommy Strauss recovering, and it was an intentional onside kick. It had not gone 10 yards, and a Cleveland player tried to bounce off him. He didn't field it. Bounced off of him, and Strauss recovered it. And so the Rough Riders will have first to 10 on their own 42-yard line. 4:24 left to go here in the first quarter. And so again, quarterback Connor Rittenauer in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, or to his left, forgive me.
Right.
1 to his right. High snap, but he gets it. And check that. That's Grant Olison in at quarterback that time. 6'3" junior. He hands the ball off. And a fine run of about 10 yards, maybe 11. And that was Min Win. And Wynn's going to have the first down. It's across midfield to the Eagle 46-yard line.
Nothing fancy. Direct handoff. They're just pushing it up the middle. I mean, nothing fancy. Direct handoff. Power play.
The blitz coming in, and it's going to be offsides. And, whistle. Yep. So Cleveland trying to time the blitz, John, and just in that neutral zone. And pre-snap call. Oh, check it. They're going to say it's on Roosevelt. So the guy, I think the lineman saw the blitz coming.
But you got to give Cleveland credit. They're trying to change it because they're getting handled up front.
Right.
And like I said, all phases, pass and run, they're getting beat. You got to change it up. You got to give your kids a chance. And it worked. I mean, the Roosevelt guy flinched.
Yeah. So that'll make it 1st and 15. The ball is just on the other side of midfield. Roosevelt, the ball on their own 49-yard line.
These guys are averaging almost 200-plus pounds on that line, Roosevelt.
So, yeah, outmanning
Yeah.
Cleveland, yeah.
You got a guy, number 77, 300 pounds.
So the handoff to Win on the left side. He's got big hole and across midfield inside the 40 down to the 35.
First down.
So I'll tell you what, that's a penalty. He just nullified that with the big run down to the 35-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10.
We call that a off-tackle blast. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Straight up. Again, direct handoff. Nothing fancy, no faking. You only have one setback.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for quarterback Grant Olison. Olison looking, he's passing, he's got a receiver. Tell you what, the receiver running before he had the ball. It was number 12, Charlie Griffith.
Yep.
The ball is incomplete. That'll make it 2nd and 10 at the 35. 3:27 left to go here in the first quarter.
So they took Connor Ridnow out, and I guess I guess he just got tired. Throwing the ball.
Well, early on, getting your young guys some time, and we'll probably see a little platooning and going back and forth. But the handoff up the middle.
Oh my gosh!
Tommy Stapleton, he's got a big hole to the right, and he is going to be close to first down.
Just again an off-tackle blast. That's all it is. Direct handoff. Line is just blocking straight up, probably zone block. Cleveland's only got 4 on the front.
Yeah, so they've got to either get some more men up front, or those linebackers have to move up. And
crowd that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, because linebackers are 5 yards off the ball. You got 2, so basically got a 4-2. Now they come up a little bit. Quick pass out, and that is number 3, Mercer Clark. And Clark, he's got some room. He's got a first down and then some inside the 15, knocked out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
So you have one Cleveland defender with 2 receivers. One blocks him, and guess what?
Yeah, then he's free to go.
Free to guy. Yeah. Guy catches the pass, he's free to go.
So, again, you would think that the coaching staff of Cleveland, seeing some of this, you make some adjustments. We'll see if that is the case. So, first down on the 13-yard line for Roosevelt, 2:57 left to go.
They're blitzing. And good job.
Good sack coming in the blitz, and that looked like big number 2 for Cleveland. That's Gabriel Morris.
Yep.
And Gabriel Morris is a guy also a quarterback and had a fine season last spring. And so he is back.
He timed that perfectly.
He really did. Coming in from his linebacker spot and was able to make the sack, a big loss back to the 20-yard line, John, a loss of about 7 yards. So we have 2nd and 17 for the Rough Riders. High snap. And so Cleveland's starting to put more pressure on, but receiver wide open, and the catch.
Oh, nice catch.
Oh, great catch, Mercer Clark. Yeah. Keeping his feet in, pulled it in at the half-yard
line.
So first down, and let me tell you something. I'm going to give a lot of credit to Grant Olison. He put the ball where he had to put it, but, man, a great catch by Mercer Clark.
It was one of those, the defender was there, but he gave up because he didn't think the pass was going to be caught.
Exactly. Yeah, you cannot. You got to play it through.
Right,
play it through
because that was a great pass. Only he could catch it because it was headed out of bounds. But the defender gave up. He was in position to at least make a play on the ball.
So Mercer Clark, 5'6" senior, and just a great catch there to pull it in. And so 1st and goal for the Rough Riders, trying to add to their 17-0 lead.
Trips right, one setback. High snap.
And, they're going to say he got in there. Touchdown, Tommy Stapleton.
Yeah.
So officially that'll be a 1-yard touchdown run, but really it was about a half a yard.
Yeah, even though that was a messed up snap, and he still got the ball to the guy, and he still was able to move up because they're pushing him off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It's pretty evident.
Yeah, Roosevelt getting good push, kind of controlling that front line, controlling the line of scrimmage right now. So the key, John, is going to see can the Eagles field a kickoff and get an offensive possession here. They've been on their heels. They've been on their on the defensive side of the ball the entire quarter.
Two turnovers off of the kickoff. Special teams.
So in to kick the extra point is Louis Lovo, and the kick is up. And it is good.
Oh, he got a lot of foot in that one.
Yeah, he did. So with 2:12 left to play here in the first quarter, Roosevelt taking commanding 24-0 lead.
Yeah, it's you're scratching your head. You're Cleveland. You say, well, what can you do? Well, we think we can do one thing. We're going to start pressing these receivers.
Yeah.
We're not going to let them have free release. So that way, they're going to have to make a change. And we got to bring our linebackers up. They're too far off. They're like 4 to 5, maybe 6 yards off the line of scrimmage, Rick. You can't do run support that far back. You're giving too many lanes for the running back to cut through, you know.
So as the teams get ready to take the field, 2:12 left to go. Roosevelt, the Rough Riders, leading the Cleveland Eagles 24-0 here in the first quarter.
Yeah. And what does Roosevelt say? Well, hey, let's run off tackle. Oh, that works. Let's run off guard. That works.
Yeah.
Let's go the other side. Run off guard, run off tackle. They got to stop us.
And so far, the Eagles have not shown that they can.
They're playing. They're competing, but it's going to be a tough one. Nice kick.
High kick, and Cleveland's going to let it go into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So they'll get it 1st and 10. Their first offensive possession, John, on the 25-yard line.
Let's hope they can keep the ball at least for 4 downs. That's good. At least get their offense going. See, now I watched that kick. That kick made it to the end zone, but it bounced about 20 yards. That kid Merkelback from Garfield would get it into the end zone.
Oh, yeah, he's kicking it through. Yeah. Marcus Merkelbach, I mean, he's got a strong leg and is a weapon for the Bulldogs, no doubt. So the Eagles will take over their first offensive possession. And looks like the Eagles in a
full house. It's almost
house.
an inverted T to me.
Yeah.
It's an inverted T.
And at quarterback trying to see the number, the gun, handoff. Running back spins. That's number 5. That is Dwayne Blake. And Blake, the senior, spinning and picks up a couple of yards.
And the other thing is, if you got guys that knock people off the line of scrimmage, direct handoff, right? You don't want you can have run your back set deep because then they can look for holes. But if you can't push anybody off the line of scrimmage, you want to get them as close to the line of scrimmage as you can. So when they get the ball, they can at least make contact on the line of scrimmage, not behind the line of scrimmage.
So good point. So the Eagles 2nd and 8. The ball's on the 22-yard line.
They're crowding, and they got 8 guys.
And the snap is bobbled, but good job by Dwayne Blake to get on it. And
that was
the
quarterback took his eyes off the ball because he saw 8 guys. 8 guys
coming at him. Yeah, Davion Brooks is the quarterback and just not able to
handle the snap.
So that's going to be a loss back to the 15-yard line. It'll make it 3rd and 15 to go for the Eagles on their first offensive possession. So now in at quarterback, I believe, is Gabriel Morris, a senior who last year, John, did an admirable job as a quarterback, and he is in and looking at a potential.
They got 5 guys coming.
Yep. He's going to be sacked back near the 5-yard line. There was nothing Gabriel Morris could do. Roosevelt was coming in, and among the players there was number 22, Robert Tousley. Tousley, one of the 2 guys with the sack, not the snack. Well, they took him had him for a snack.
They had him for a snack.
But the sack. So that's going to make it 4th and a mile to go.
Yeah.
4th and about 22. So the Eagles and the punter, I believe, looks like it's Gabriel Morris. He's going to be back in the end zone. He's about halfway deep in the end zone, John, about 5 yards.
Oh, boy, that's
a recipe for a disaster.
You step on the line, you're out, safety. Or the other issue is those guys only have a short distance to go to block the kick. So that's the issue.
So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Roosevelt leading Cleveland by a score of 24-0. Have a short break in the action. We're going to throw it to Daniel Bellis, who's going to update you on what else is happening tonight in Metro football. Daniel?
Thank you there, Rick. And in Metro ball and top 20 action, it looks like the first game going on with number 15, Kelso. Pretty much as expected, they lead 21-10 in that one. They gave up the first score to Evergreen. It's been them ever since. Evergreen is the most recent touchdown to make it 21-10. There is 2:49 left in the half over there. Most other games are taking place here at 7 p.m. And some of the big ones include Eastside Catholic hosting Rainier Beach at number 3 versus number 6. Also, Garfield is at Seattle Prep. Number 14 Garfield at number 10 Seattle Prep. Also, a big one here in the top 20. Number 1 Marysville is at number 19 Arlington, a new number 1 this week after O'Day's loss last week. Moved Marysville Pilchuck up to number 1. Bellevue's at number 2. They'll be taking on number 17 Liberty here at 7 p.m. And rounding out the top 5, Yelm defeated North Thurston by a mile, 47-6 yesterday. They move on right there. Also taking place here at 7, number 8 Ferndale taking on Stanwood. And number 9 Kenwick won last night, giving Hermiston a big goose egg, 42-0.
All right, we are about ready to start quarter number 2. The Eagles deep in their own territory. Ball is on the clock says, or the scoreboard saying 12-yard line, but they're actually on about the 7.
Yep.
And so Gabriel Morris, the quarterback and punter, he is in his end zone.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, you hope the snap is good and they can get it off.
Because, like I said, the distance between the line of scrimmage to the kicker is very short when you're in the end zone.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, you need 10 to 12 yards in order to keep guys out, because they time it. To block it. That's all they need.
And he's got that, he's about halfway deep. He being Gabriel Morris, about halfway into the end zone. So he's got some, about 5 yards behind him, but you got to be careful. If it's a high snap, you could, easily go over your head, and then it's a safety. So whistle blows. The team's lining it up.
Because what is the center thinking? Got to snap the ball, but got to block. There it is.
High, but he gets it. Morris gets it off. Short kick. It hits down on the 20, but takes a good Cleveland bounce and then rolls out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. So
he did well.
Gabriel Morris did a really good job of fielding a high snap and then getting it off under pressure.
And you said it. A high snap is disaster.
Yeah. But again, Morris showing his athleticism and went up and got it. And so Roosevelt leading 24-0 here at the start of the second quarter. Will take over 1st and 10 on the Cleveland 28-yard line after the short punt.
That center was worried about making the block. So he just snaps the ball, and that's what happens.
Yeah, and John, that's a situation where as a long snapper, that has to be the snap, has to be your first priority. You can't worry about contact blocking. You got to make sure you get the ball to the punter, the quarterback, whatever the case may be.
That's generally why the 2 guards are stepping on your foot just to close that gap to help you out. Yep.
So the handoff off to the left side, and a big hole there for Tony
He's
Lopez. Still on his feet. Lopez inside the 10. Tell you, it looked like he was going to be stopped right around the 20-yard line and spun out of it. Nobody wrapped him up. There you go. So first down, it'll be 1st and goal for the Rough Riders inside the 10-yard line. Ball looks like spotted on about the 7. And back in at quarterback is the starter, Connor Ridnour.
Nothing fancy, just direct hand of guard, tackle, slant.
Well, and when your offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, you can do that. And that's what's happening. And the handoff coming on the right side and
touchdown.
Getting hit. Touchdown. Simon Gold. So Simon Gold about an 8-yard touchdown run.
So what happens? You're worried about the guys coming up on the guard, tackle, slant. Pitch the ball or hand it off, go around the end, touchdown. Again, tendencies, how you're reading the keys when you're on defense. If you can't stop them, there isn't much you can do.
That's a good point. So Roosevelt with the touchdown here. Only 42 seconds into the second quarter, and they take a commanding 30-0 lead. They'll try to add to it with the extra point here. Now, John, we want to remind our fans that, there is in the WIAA the mercy rule. So anytime a team goes up by and the extra point is blocked, and it is no good. So the score will remain 30-0. Anytime a team goes up by 40 points or more in football, basketball, the clock will run. Now, the way it works if the 40-point lead happens in the first half,
It's
the running clock will be the entire second half. It
Second half.
won't start until the second half.
right.
Obviously, if it happens in the second half at the time it occurs, then it begins to be a running clock.
It's a
So
good rule, but that extra point was blocked. Remember the rule was if you could recover,
and go. Well, I guess they have the new rule. I don't know if it's new or whatever, but yeah, you can't advance it on the extra point. At least that's what the call seemed to be.
yeah, that's what it seemed to be. But I remember a team losing a game.
Right. Because
The extra point got blocked, and the other team took it and scored 2 points.
Yeah. So if you just tuned in, we're live at Memorial Stadium, Roosevelt and Cleveland, and the Rough Riders running roughshod over the Eagles, leading at 30-0. Here we are just 42 seconds into the second quarter. So a lot of time left to play here, and the Eagles struggling to field the ball on kickoffs. They've had a couple of costly turnovers, and they've given Roosevelt great field position, and the Rough Riders have taken advantage every time.
Yep. Oh, good kick.
So the kick is deep, and it's going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line by the Eagles, and the runner across the 20, the 25, and out close to the 30-yard line.
It's a plus.
Yeah,
It's a
so
plus.
good return.
Yep.
And I believe I'm trying to see the number of.
That was number.
I believe it's number 18. I think
18.
that would be Owen Tatterson.
Yep.
If that was 18.
That looked like, a good return. Anything beyond the 20 is a plus, a win. It's a win.
So the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. Their second offensive possession, trying to get something going here. 11:09 left to go in the first half.
They got double wideouts.
Gabe Morris, the quarterback, calling signals, directing his linemen.
Double wideouts, one setback. Pitch.
You pitch out to the running back, and he's got some
nice
room on the
job.
left side.
Nice.
And I believe that is number 5, if I'm not mistaken, Dwayne Blake. We'll check that to make sure. I think Blake is that lone running back.
Yep.
The senior, and Blake showing some good speed and power there.
Yep.
They're going to give him 5 yards on the carry out to the 34-yard line.
Not a bad run, not a bad play.
And where's our look at
the chain guy.
The chain, man.
What's
Stay
going
where
on?
you at, buddy. He's moving.
Don't
moving
move
the
it
chain. Yeah, not yet. But a lot of times they get volunteers out there and people that may not, know the game, know what to do.
They're blitzing. They're sending one linebacker.
Pitch out again,
my goodness.
and they're going to be stopped for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah.
So that big gain on the first down
It's gone.
is nullified.
Yeah, they blitzed that weak side linebacker too. So
and the right side, and that's where they ran. So loss of 4. It's going to make it 3rd and 9. And we're going to shortly throw it to Lourdes Prim. I believe she's going to get someone from the Roosevelt cheer squad. So we will throw it to her in a minute. And Vanessa is on the camera. Go, Vanessa. Yeah. She's running the camera, our newest intern.
The number 77 is a 308-pound
young
Roosevelt. Man. Yep.
That nose tackle. He's right there.
He's right
over
there.
The center.
Big
make him pay.
Stud position. You got
some movement on the defense. Yep.
Encroachment number 51. Is it 51?
54, I think it was. So Aiden Wagner.
54. Encroachment.
Aiden Wagner kind of anticipating the snap. So they're going to give that 5 yards back, and so that'll make it 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 9. Much more doable for
you know why
the
they
Eagles.
changed that rule? The rule used to be you could step in the neutral zone and get back.
If you didn't make any contact.
Didn't make any contact. But it was being used to throw the offensive lineman to flinch. And so it was an advantage for the defense. You get penalized on the offense. That's why they changed the rule.
So Gabe Morris, 3 receivers.
They're moving.
Moving again.
Cleveland was moving.
And they're going to give it right back.
Yeah, they're going to take it right back. Yeah.
Yep, and that's exactly it. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Cleveland's obviously worried about the blitz because they're sending weak side, strong side. Sometimes they're sending both. They've had many as 6 guys coming. And so when you're in, you're on the offensive line, you got your guard tackle, your end isn't in there. He's split out. You don't have a tight end. So you got ostensibly 5 guys, and don't count the center because he's worried about the snap.
Yeah.
So you got guard and tackle on either side of the ball. There they're coming. It looks like they're going to step up.
Yeah, they step back.
Yeah, they step back.
Morris scrambling to his right, and he's going to be brought down for about maybe a yard loss to the 30. So that's going to make it 4th and 10.
They good discipline. The guy stayed in contained position, outside leverage. Don't let the guy get around you. Remember, you were taught that outside arm and leg free.
Yeah.
Don't get hooked.
So, actually, they say he got back to the line of scrimmage. No,
he was short.
Yeah, they're looking at the chain. We'll call it 4th and 9.
That
ball's going to be spotted at the 30.
That motion penalty really hurt them. I mean, they were at least moving somewhat. So that's too bad.
Yep. So the Eagles back to punt. It looks like number 70, Che Dixon, I think, is the punter back there. We've got a whistle on the play, so let's see. Looks like I think we had a Cleveland player that maybe a pad or some type of something on his equipment, so the referee sends him out. Yeah. So the Eagles replaced that player, and now they're ready to punt it away.
The scoreboard's working. The down and distance.
Yeah, we have all that for the first time.
Oh, no.
Oh, low snap, and is on the ground. And, rushing to get is number 32 for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. That is Tommy Strauss, and he picks it up and runs it in for the touchdown, John. But my goodness.
The Cleveland punter.
The punter just kind of.
He didn't even try to jump on the ball or anything. He looked like
he kind of took his time. There was like, dude, the ball is live.
It's alive, yeah. I mean, and they're coming. It looked like he didn't really want to grab it. It's like it was a hot potato.
Yeah.
Maybe if it would have been a hot dog, he would have jumped on it or something. You know what I mean? It didn't look like he made any effort to me. I'm not going to smash,
Well, and one of the things, John, I mean, you don't know as far as how much the rules give you know, and they got to realize, hey, that ball is live. You got to get on it. Same thing on a kickoff. You've got to get on it.
Until the whistle blows, the ball's live, and like I said, you cannot score on the dead ball. You can't score on the live ball.
So the extra point, the snap is good, the kick is up, and it is
nice.
right through.
Whoa,
the uprights.
He kicked it all the way to the woods. Well,
so just like that, John, with 7:51 left to play in the half, Roosevelt with a commanding 37-0 lead. So, John, I think what we're going to do is throw it to Lourdes Prim. And so we are going to throw it down to Lourdes Prim, and she's going to be there with the Roosevelt.
Hi, we're with Rainier Avenue Radio, and we want to after the pandemic. Oh my goodness, it's the most amazing feeling, and just the energy from the crowd that we get makes everything so much better. Amazing. What grade are you in? I am a senior this year. Oh, and how's it feel to, be a senior and the school spirit? Yeah, it's great. And it's so nice that I get my senior season with all my girls and that we're back where we belong. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Of course. Yeah, thank you. Back to you, Rick.
Okay, that was Lourdes Prim. Thank you. Lourdes talking with the Roosevelt cheer squad there, and doing her thing. So good job there, Lourdes. Appreciate you.
Good return.
And on the ensuing kickoff, Cleveland will have the ball on, looks like about the 31-yard line.
They're getting the ball on the field on the kickoff, except they got to recover them short ones,
Yeah.
But
well, they've settled down a little bit, and Roosevelt kicking the ball, deeper now.
Yeah.
But the Eagles need to get something going here offensively to try to get in the ball game, because they're trailing now with 7:44 left to play in the first half. They're trailing by a score of 37-0.
Zip nada, 0.
So Gabriel Morris, the quarterback, he's got the full house back.
They're coming up.
High snap. It's on the ground, back to the 10. And the scramble for the ball. And Roosevelt's going to get on it. But, boy, a big loss.
Cleveland got it. But they were bringing 6 guys.
So, again, I think you made a good point, John. And as a center, as that long snapper, you're worried about that rush coming.
Exactly.
And you have to tune it out.
Yep.
And you have to focus on getting the snap to your quarterback. Right. And that's the third snap we've seen now. We had one on the punt, way over the head of Gabriel Morris, and just too high for him to field.
What that is you're snapping the ball as fast as you can so you can get into a hitting position, and you're not following through on your form as a snapper, because it's actually throwing a pass from the ground down, and we teach it that way. It's like taking the ball and throwing it from the ground up.
We're gonna have a delay of game here. They don't get it off.
Yeah,
let's see, but the referees let him
Oh,
go.
they're bringing blitz again.
So the pass on the
Oh,
outside.
nice.
Oh,
Oh.
not able to pull it in as the receiver. So Gabriel Morris
He would have had
looking for his receiver there. That was number 23, Shukin Wu, and Shukin was just not able to pull
He
the
would have
pass
had
in.
a little bit of yardage out
Yeah,
there.
a little
if
bit
they
of
had
real
caught
estate to
that.
work with
Yeah.
there. So that's going to make it third. And, John, I'm not going to count it up, but the ball's
Yeah.
on the 11-yard line, and first down have to get all the way to the 41. So that's what, 30 yards.
Yeah, third and goal.
So that made it easy for me.
third-
Third and 30.
Third line to gain is Tacoma or Bellevue, something like that.
So Gabriel Morris has got 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, to his left, 1 to the right, which is on the short side. He's got an empty backfield now. One of the receivers from the left side comes in the backfield.
You got one back step. Oh,
High
bad
snap. It's on
again.
it's on the ground again.
He
Morris
got it,
picks it
though.
up and just puts his so on the bounce. Gabriel Morris fielded it and then just put his shoulder
Gotta
down,
give
tried
him-
to make the best out of it. It's going to be a loss back inside the 10 to the 5-yard line, I believe. So now 4th down, John.
Yep, give him credit. He's competing. He's trying. But that was a terrible snap.
Yep. And so with 6:24 left to go, another kick here, another punt, I should say, by Cleveland, deep in their own territory, John.
Yeah, we got a time.
Timeout on in the action.
I think Roosevelt called a timeout there. If you see somebody call a timeout, you're getting ready to punt from your end zone, they're going to try to put a block on, I think, a game of some kind. At least we'll look. We'll see.
So with 6:23 left to go in the first half, Roosevelt leading Cleveland by a score of 37-0. And
We
have a timeout on the field here, John. Sorry, but timeout on the field. And so let me set the table. Ball's on the 5-yard line. It is 4th and 36 to go for the Eagles. They're going to punt it. And again, Gabriel Morris, the quarterback and punter, will be deep in his end zone. And so, again, we said this a moment ago when the high snap and it turned into a touchdown for Roosevelt. The snap's got to be on the money to give him a chance to get the kickoff.
Man, it's like 4th down, and now it's Redmond, not Bellevue.
Let's go further and further out. Huh?
Line to gain is in Redmond, not Bellevue.
So deep for Roosevelt is Simon Gold. He's on about the 33-yard line. Snap is
Oh,
good.
my goodness.
And the kick is going to be blocked. And a scramble and touchdown Roosevelt.
Yep. I told you, I thought a block was going to be coming.
Yep.
They gamed it. They loaded up on that left side, which is the kicker's foot side, right? The right side?
Right, yep.
And they loaded up on it, and they shot through the gap. 4 guys came through that gap, and they blocked that kick.
So the recovery in the end zone for the touchdown. And Roosevelt now leading at 43-0. They'll try to add to that with the extra point. But, John, this is quickly becoming a
no contest.
Yeah, no contest. I would say blowout.
No moss.
Yeah. So 6:15 left to go in the first half, and Roosevelt now leading 43-0.
I figured the game was coming on that punt block. I knew it. I just knew it.
And snap is good. The kick is up, and it is right through the uprights.
Whoa, nice kick.
So with 6:15 left to go in the first half, Roosevelt leading Cleveland 44-0.
Yep.
And, John, I think the only solace right now the Eagles can take is that the second half will be a running clock.
Yep, it'll be a running clock. And maybe they'll get after game snacks. I don't know the way things are going. It's too bad.
You know, and again, the teams seem to be fairly well matched, but it got out of hand quickly. A couple of kickoffs, and Cleveland was not able to field the kickoffs.
Yeah.
And Roosevelt jumped out to a 17-0 lead, and that was the ball game for in a lot. I mean, we got a lot of ball left to play, but that just kind of set the tone.
Yep.
And the Eagles have been on their heels since.
High school.
I'm Athena, and I'm a senior at Roosevelt High School.
She's a drum major.
And I'm the drum major.
Cool. We're with Rainier Avenue Radio, and I'm here to ask you a couple of questions. So how long have you been coaching this band?
Well, let's say many decades. This is my 38th year directing the Roosevelt bands.
Oh, that's a lot of years. How's it feel to be back after such a long time of, the pandemic?
It's so joyous. I mean, I posted on Facebook the first time on the band bus.
We lost the signal.
And so we are trying to get the signal here. Lourdes Prim is.
How do you feel?
Oh, there we
it's
go.
amazing being back. It just
And we apologize with the
marching band with
wireless,
everyone and just
Oh, nice
having a little
job.
in
been
and
apart
out.
for so long.
No, that was a fake pitch.
Thank you so much.
That was like a
Back
fake-
to you,
fake
Rick.
pitch counter.
Okay, thank you, Lourdes. That was Lourdes Prim, John, and trying to get.
Scott Brown. Yeah.
We have the drum major and also the cheer squad leader, and
The
unfortunately,
band director, Scott
band-
Brown. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, with that said, right now the Eagles with a big first down run there, about 6 yards, I should say. So second and 4, balls on their own 35-yard line.
Best run of the night day. It was a quarterback. Fake a pitch and turn around and come right up the middle.
So Gabriel Morris with it, fakes it, and doing the same thing on the
Yep.
left side.
Do
He's
it
got a first
himself.
down and then
Nice
some,
run.
lowering his shoulder.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Gabriel Morris said, hey, I'm
Yes,
just going to make it
thank you.
pay. And Morris takes it all the way out
Yep.
to the 47-yard line for a first down. So I believe, John, if I'm not mistaken, the first down
Yes,
for
it
the
is.
Eagles as well.
It is. Even with penalties, aside from that, this is their first down.
And it looks like quarterback Gabriel Morris on that run injured. Yeah, he's going down to the turf. So costly play there for Gabriel Morris on that run.
Their offense, as they say, their titular leader.
So with 4:21 left to play in the first half, Roosevelt leading Cleveland 44-0. And a quarterback Gabriel Morris, a fine run to get the first down for the Eagles. Now he's walking off on his own power. So
give him a hand.
he'll be back.
competing.
Yeah.
All 16 fans over there, Cleveland side. I counted them. There's 16 of them.
and they've got the cheer squad there.
Yeah, so,
But
yeah.
Gabriel Morris, we saw him, a tough kid. We saw him
Yes.
in the spring, and one of the leaders on this Eagle team.
Yep. He's a competitor.
So he'll have to sit out at least one play. He walked out on his own power. I see him now jogging on the sideline. So he'll undoubtedly be back in the ball game. So making 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 47-yard line, their best field position of the game so far.
Yep.
Trying to mount something in at quarterback is number 19, Davion Brooks, I believe. I'll check that number. I'll let you know in just a minute for sure. In motion is Shukun Wu.
No, you.
High snap, handoff,
Oh, man.
and nowhere to go.
That almost looked like illegal motion because he went to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Yeah.
He went across, which is fine. But if you turn up or take a step towards the line of scrimmage before the ball snaps, the rule is that's illegal procedure,
yeah.
illegal motion.
Yeah. And back in at quarterback is Gabriel Morris. And John, I think almost maybe, I don't know if the players switch numbers because it looks like the backup quarterback was number 19, but on the roster, Owen Tatterson is backup quarterback and number 18. And
right.
Number 19 is Davion Brooks. So not sure about that. I'll tell you a story about Rainier Beach in a minute. Some players switching jerseys last week. Gabriel Morris looking, he's got pressure now, rolling out to his right. He's going to tuck it and run. He's across midfield.
Yeah,
and a pickup of about 6 yards or so.
He almost broke that tackle.
He did. So Gabriel Morris to the 49-yard line will make it 3rd and about 6 yards to go for the Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's been their most effective offensive weapon, and he's the quarterback. And I mean, he's not throwing the ball, he's running the ball.
So 3rd and 6 to go for the Eagles. Ball's across midfield for the first time. They're in Roosevelt territory. High snap. But Morris has got a receiver open. Oh, and in his hands, hit him in the hands, and he couldn't hang on to it. Oh,
what they say, Rick,
tell you what.
Hit him in the worst place, his hands.
Jeremiah Collier, the junior, it was there. He got his hands up, he got it out, but they bounced off, and so falls incomplete. And I tell you what, Morris drilled it in there. It was a
that pass
well-run play, and it was there, just couldn't haul it in. So
the guy made the break. The receiver was on the break. The ball was right there.
So it's going to make it fourth down, and the Eagles are going to go for it. Gabriel Morris got two receivers to his right, two to his left, a single back behind him. And we are
double wide out.
4th and 6. Ball's on the 49. They got to get down to the 43. Morris has got it looking to his left. He's got a receiver over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Just behind. He was looking for, I believe, Dwayne Blake, his tight end, and just behind him falls incomplete.
First guy to get the hand on ball, the defensive back for Roosevelt.
So with a minute 10 and the clock is running. So actually, John, I stand corrected. They actually have the clock running now.
Yeah, it is running.
The rule, I believe, is it doesn't go until the second half. But I think with how
things are going,
unbalanced this game is, that they have the clock running. So the second half will go fairly quickly.
Yep.
Just kind of the mercy rule. Roosevelt now the pass a little bit high, but a great catch and pulled in. Oh, and on the sideline, that's number 10. He's going to go all the way, John. That is Mark Padgett, and Padgett takes it 51 yards, touchdown.
That was a heck of a catch, and then it was a heck of a run. He actually faked out two guys.
Yeah, Mark Padgett. It was a high pass, and Padgett pulled it in.
Yeah.
And, John, then he got on the sideline, and it was off to the races.
Two defenders had him dead to rights, and he faked them and cut back inside and went up the sideline.
So that was a backup quarterback, Grant Olison.
Yeah.
And Olison, the pass was a little bit high, so I tell you what, Padgett did a great job of pulling the pass in, first off, John.
Yeah.
And then it was off to the races on the side. We got a Cleveland player down. We're looking at, looks like his foot or ankle. So hopefully nothing too serious. They're going to go ahead. Now they're going to wait. I'll say they're going to go ahead with the extra point, but they're going to wait.
This should end the half, first half.
So the Cleveland player, I believe that was Sang Chan Sapar, number 8. Might be number 6.
Number 6, I think.
6, Dante Jackson. But walking off, is that 8 or 6?
I'm looking. Shoot. Come on.
Nevertheless, the injured player
it's number 8. I'm sorry. It's 8.
Okay, so Sanchan Sapar and able to walk off the field, so he's okay. So, man, what a big play for the Rough Riders to take it in for the score. So they will try the extra point here, leading 50-0.
He had a little bit of speed, too.
Yeah, he did. Imagine, he pulled it in. I thought he was going to be down there. The extra point is up, and it's good. Yep. So with 40 seconds left to go here in the first half,
it is
Roosevelt leading Cleveland 51-0. Again, want to remind, John, our listeners, this is just the first of our doubleheader, and immediately following this game will be Franklin and Lincoln. That should be a good matchup.
Two very improved squads.
Yes, very much improved. And Lincoln, I think, surprising a lot of people.
They are the surprise team because of the way they've been able to get out there and compete in a very short time.
And Lincoln, back in, if you remember, back when, I graduated back in 1980, and Lincoln, had they closed down for a number of years and reopened. I believe this is year number 3 or 4. I can't remember now.
Yep.
That they are back in. They have a full class now of freshmen, sophomore, junior, and seniors, and they are looking good. And at halftime, Tony B is going to grab Roosevelt coach Ryan Sherlock, and he'll be able to chat with the coach and see what he's thinking going into the second half. Because again, you want to be mindful of the fact that you are totally overmatching, the opponent, and you don't want to
rub it in.
Yeah. So we'll see what his strategy is there. Long kick, and it is going to Drop down is going to be fielded and actually going to go into the end zone. So we'll have a time for probably one play here. The Eagles will have it. Ball's on their own 25-yard line. Or check that I stand corrected on the 20-yard line. Forgive me.
Yeah,
college is the 25.
It's touchback. So, yeah.
So the Eagles come up to the line of scrimmage. Gabriel Morris, the quarterback. He's got a full house backfield. One receiver split to his left. And John,
I call that an inverted T because the guy is not even with the other two backs. He's back, so it's an inverted T to me.
Oh, I don't know.
So let's see. We have a player coming off the field for Roosevelt. Now another one coming on. So getting there.
Number 74. He's a big kid, too. They got a little bit of
74,
size.
yeah, 74 for Roosevelt. That is Emmanuel Wolamandenhen, 6'3", 220-pound sophomore.
Yep. He's got a bit of size.
And the handoff. And that is number 5, Dwayne Blake on the left side. Blake's got some room. He's going to be knocked out of bounds after about let's see where they spot it, but about a 7-8 yard pickup.
Nice run.
So, and John, even though the score is 51-0 here in the first half, what I love is Cleveland is still competing.
Yep.
They are not giving up. No quit in them.
Give them the class act. Give them credit.
So, you take your hat off to Coach Charles McFarland, keeping his boys focused, and they're getting the job done. So, check that shorter pickup than I thought, 5 yards. I thought he was out close to the 30, but they say he was knocked out of bounds at about the 26. So, it will be second and check
half
that.
Time. Yep.
Clock is running. Running clock. So that is the half. So after one half, Roosevelt leading Cleveland 51-0. We're going to throw it to Tony B in just a moment, and he'll be down there with head football coach as well as athletic director of the Roosevelt Rough Riders, Ryan Sherlock. And you can hear the Roosevelt band in the background, and we'll just listen to them until we throw it to Tony B. He will be with the head coach and athletic director, Ryan Sherlock. And again, Tony B on about the 25-yard line waiting for Coach Sherlock. And looks like he's going to grab him real quickly. And Sherlock, so we'll have that in just a moment here. Again, you hear the Roosevelt band, one of the top bands in the city for a number of years.
Yep.
And
Garfield and Roosevelt were always competing against each other on the music side.
Very
jazz, marching band, etc.
Okay, so we're going to throw it to Tony in just a moment here, and he'll be with the head coach and athletic director, Ryan Sherlock. Okay, so we're going to throw it. Actually, it'll be Lourdes Prim talking to athletic
Hello, can you tell everybody your name?
My name is Coach Ryan Sherlock.
Amazing. You're doing great in the first half. What have you done to prepare your guys to perform like this?
Really, every time we come prepare for a game, it's about us. We try really hard to focus on what we do, our attitude and our effort, and we talk about a nameless, faceless opponent. So we really don't worry about who we're playing because the biggest opponent in the room is always us. So that's what we've done.
That's great. So going into the second quarter or third quarter, what are you going to tell them? How are you going to continue this?
My focus right now for the rest of the game is getting our 2s and 3s and possibly our 4s a lot of good quality time. Our biggest focus for the entire team is to stay focused. It's a big lead, and the thing that you could do is you can get away from the game and you can start looking in the stands and you can start worrying about other things other than football. But if we stay focused on us and our older guys help our younger guys, then actually our team improves for the rest of the season. So that's what our focus will be about us.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Rick.
Okay, that was Lourdes Prim with athletic director and head coach Ryan Sherlock. Great job down there, Lourdes. Appreciate it.
I was going to mention he can go 4 deep.
Yeah.
He's got enough kids out there
to go 4 deep. Yeah,
dressed down to go 4 deep.
And you heard
and he mentioned that. Too.
Yeah. So second half, expect to see a couple things. Number one, it'll be a running clock. Secondly, Coach Ryan Sherlock will play his reserves, trying to get those young players some game action. And John, I can't emphasize how important that is as you build a program for those young players, because again, getting on the field like this at this, I remember my first time as a sophomore. I played quarterback at Ingram, and getting on that field, and it was very, very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And that really helped me out for my junior year when I switched to running back, and that first game went in and felt much more comfortable.
You bring up a very good point. All the psychological books and Tutko and Smith, all those noted experts say the one thing is the kids want to play, they want to participate, they want to compete. That you got to let them do it.
That's no doubt.
Most important thing. They want to be on the team, but they also want to participate. They want to play.
Yeah, they want to get out and play. Yeah. We're going to throw it to Daniel in just a moment. So at the half, Roosevelt leading Cleveland 51-0. We're going to take a break. Daniel update you on upcoming games and scores. And John and I will be back with second half action here in about 11, 12 minutes right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Daniel?
Yes, we want to give a quick shout out to James Burns there, who says, great job, Rick and John. You're making a mismatch sound exciting. Appreciate you, James Burns. We're doing the best we can to keep this as exciting as we can for you guys. After this game, we will be broadcasting from right here at Memorial Stadium for Game 2 from this doubleheader, and that'll be with Lincoln and Franklin, two the teams that have been a huge surprise this year so far in this contest, as well as both of these teams coming in with some pretty good records, including Lincoln coming in with Lincoln coming to 5-1 and Franklin coming in at 3-1. Lincoln's only loss being to Kings earlier this year, a 27-7 loss. But Franklin lost only one contest this year. They're 3-1 this year. They had to miss a couple games, unfortunately, but that's how it stands. They'll be starting at 7:45. Looks like this game will probably be ending quick, so probably starting on time at 7:45. So if you want to listen to that game and watch it live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, just go to Rainier Avenue Radio's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and just search Metro League Football Franklin at Lincoln, and you'll be able to find that there. You can also set a reminder, so when the game starts, you'll get a reminder on when to get going. Metro League action so far this week. Yesterday, Bishop Blanchette was able to clinch the Sound Division title with a huge dominating win on Lakeside, 44-18. In that one right there, Bishop Blanchette is 4-0. Actually, they finished their league play at 4-0, 4-3 overall. They still have one game to play. It's against Bothell next week, but that is not a league game, so they finish at 4-0 league, even though they lost every single one of their non-leagues so far, to be 4-3 overall right there. As far as Lakeside goes, the loss dropped them in the Sound Division. They're still in last place, trailing Ingram. They're 0-4 in league, 2-5 overall in the Sound. Rick Dupree's alma mater, Ingram, is 0-2 in the league, 2-4 overall. And as well as they'll be playing at West Seattle here in about 45 minutes. And next week they'll be hosting Lakeside. In other Metro action, playing here and kicking off in 45 minutes, including the games of the games of Ingram at West Seattle. That starts in 45 minutes. Chief Self at Nathan Hale. That'll be starting in about 45 minutes there. Also, you have number 3 Eastside Catholic hosting number 6 Rainier Beach. That's kicking off here in about 45 minutes. Also, Garfield is at Seattle Prep, number 14. Garfield at number 10, Seattle Prep's kicking off about 45 minutes. And yesterday, O'Day put the whooping on Ballard 42-14 in that contest after losing their game against Eastside Catholic to drop to 5-2 on the season. O'Day was able to definitely get back in the groove against Ballard yesterday, 42-14 in that game right there. And also in play yesterday, number 16, Auburn Riverside, a hard contest for them against Auburn Mountain View, winning by just a touchdown, 28-21. It improves Auburn Riverside at number 16 to 6-0 on the season right there. And as well as yesterday, Spanaway Lake with the whooping on Bonnie Lake. Spanaway the better Lake in this one, 41-6 by a wide margin. Spanaway Lake moves to 3-1 on the season after missing a couple weeks earlier this season. That's why they've played less games. Kennewick at number 9 gave Hermiston a huge goose egg, giving them 42-0, and moves Kennewick to 6-1 on the season to the number 9 ranking. And number 5, Yelm put the whooping on North Thurston, 47-6. Number 5, Yelm moves to 7-0 on the season. Your undefeated teams in the top 20 are still Marysville Pilchuck at 6-0. They are at number 19 Arlington, kicking off here in about almost half an hour. Number 2 Bellevue is at 6-0 currently. They are about to host number 17 Liberty. Both of these, number 1 and number 2, will be hosting ranked teams. Number 3 will be ranking a ranked team here at Eastside Catholic against hosting Rainier Beach. So the top 3 and top 20 hosting ranked teams today, and all those games kicking off at about half an hour right there. Number 8 Ferndale will be hosting Stanwood. That kicking off at 7 as well. In addition to number 12 Mountain View will be at Prairie. Number 15 Kelso currently in action in the third quarter, 3:32 left in the third. They lead Evergreen 28-10 by a few scores right there. Game well in hand for number 15 Kelso right there. And also number 20 Timberline is at River Ridge, also starting at 7 p.m. About 4 minutes here before we get to the half. A lopsided affair. Roosevelt handily on this one, 51-0 over Cleveland. It's not even close. And the Roosevelt Rough Riders trying to improve their record just a little bit more as the playoffs loom. We are actually unsure. The league has not been very clear about what teams are going to make the postseason. So we can only guess if Roosevelt still has a shot at this. But they are 2-1 in league, second in the Metro Sound. And they are will be at West Seattle. They will be hosting West Seattle next week. And Cleveland also. Cleveland will be at Franklin next week. They'll be playing the team that will be broadcasting next week. I mean, after this game when Franklin is at Lincoln. So this Cleveland team will play at Franklin next week. Hopefully, even though they're more than likely will not get the win this week, they'll have one more shot in their season to get a victory, and it'll be at Franklin next week on Friday. So good luck to Cleveland, right? The Cleveland Eagles as they hopefully try to finish this season with at least one victory if they can possibly manage it. Congrats to Bishop Blanchette, who yesterday wrapped up the Sound Division title, and that being happening with a 44-18 victory, a huge win for A lopsided victory as well over Lakeside, 44-18. Bishop Blanchette clinched the Metro Sound Division title at a 4-0 league record and 4-3 overall. They lost their first 3 non-league games of the season, and that is how their cookie will go as they go get ready for the playoffs with a game next week. There'll be their regular season finale, but it will not be a league game as they host Bothell next week. And right there. And let's see if we can get an update on number 15, Kelso, in their game against Evergreen at the end of the third quarter. It looks like Kelso has maintained their lead of 28-10 at the end of the third. One more quarter to go in that game against they're at Evergreen. And at the end of the third quarter, they are up 28-10 right there. We are still at the half, about less than 2 minutes away from your second half of action here at Memorial Stadium of game 1 of our doubleheader. Roosevelt with the huge just whooping on the Cleveland Eagles, 51-0 right there. Not even close. The only solace for the Eagles, a running clock will be in effect for the remainder of the second half throughout. And then after that, we got another game, our second game of our doubleheader. We'll be going down with Franklin taking on Lincoln in a game of teams that have been huge surprises this year. They both come in at 2-0 on their league games. Lincoln is 5-1 overall, and Franklin is 3-1 overall. Two teams that are very closely matched. It looks like on paper. Lincoln, although, has been playing a lot more impressively against their opponents. So we'll see if that translates to the field. But more than likely, more people are expecting a Lincoln win in that one. But we'll see if the Franklin Quakers can take it to them. And that goes down at 7:45 live here from Memorial Stadium. You want to watch it on our video platforms. Search Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and put in Metro League Football Franklin at Lincoln, and that should be up there. There's also an option on Facebook and YouTube for you to set a reminder for yourself so you can get a reminder when the game actually starts so you don't miss a second of the action. That game starting at 7:45 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Couple of games kicking off here in half an hour. Most of the games, actually, in fact. And we do want to mention that some of the teams are actually off this week. Peninsula is actually canceled, not this week's game against Lincoln, but their next week's game as well. So we cannot speculate what's going on with number 11 Peninsula, but they are going to miss 2 weeks of football for reasons that we can't say on air. But number 7 Lincoln off because of that cancellation by Peninsula. And Mount Spokane also similarly also had to cancel a game at number 18. So they are not playing as well. We are about 2 minutes away from your second half of action. Of course, it's all Roosevelt all day, all night, all everything, 51-0. Not even a close of a game, but we will try to make it as entertaining as you can. Of course, with Rick Dupree on your play-by-play, John Yasutaki on your color commentary. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to throw it over to our guys here. John Yasutaki, Rick Dupree.
Yep, we are here.
Hello.
And welcome back. As Daniel said, we are about now a minute away from the kickoff, 51-0. And, the game, the score, I think, doesn't indicate all of the story of the game. Cleveland just had some unfortunate mishaps, when they weren't able to field a couple of kickoffs and turnovers, and Roosevelt took it in, went out early, 17-0. and they just kept going from there. But Roosevelt, or rather I should say Cleveland, John, has shown some spurts here.
Yeah.
And so hopefully in the second half, a couple of things have happened. We heard as Lourdes talked to athletic director and head coach Ryan Sherlock from Roosevelt, his plan in the second half, it'll be running clock number one, but his plan is to play his reserves, his second, third teamers, and even maybe some fourth teamers. And that could be JV guys or whatever. They've got
equipment manager.
Yeah,
who knows?
So one of the things for Cleveland is you work on those things that you can do. And so
Right.
what I used to tell players, if we were getting blown out, now, hey, you know what? It's 0-0. Let's play it from here. And you don't worry about the score, and you really try to work on areas that you can improve in.
Exactly.
So hopefully that's what Coach Charles McFarland and his staff talked to his team about at halftime, and they can get out, and they will receive here as well.
Then at the end of the game, you hope you get snacks.
Yeah.
Depending how bad it goes.
Yeah.
Or when we played at Garfield, every time Garfield won, we used to go get a free hamburger at what used to be called the Bulldog.
The
But
Bulldog,
it used to be called Burger King way back when in the 60s. And we go get a free hamburger.
Well, you remember, and you had by Franklin, I remember because my
Dag.
brothers all went there. You had the Beanery,
Right. The Beanery.
and remember Dag,
Dag and Dag.
So yes,
And Gills. And Gills.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
oh, we're taking it back, John.
Oh, yes.
That's back in the day when MLK was Empire.
Empire Way, right?
So the kick, it's a deep
And
kick.
then, it's Six Stadium, too. Remember?
Oh,
Six-
yeah. We
Deep-
used to go on top. So
Yeah.
when I was a kid, well, in '69, I was 7 years old. And my brother Paul, who was, let me see, if I was 7, he was 12. He's 5 years older than me. We used to go those apartments across the street.
And that hill.
We go up on the roof of the apartments
and
watch the game. And I remember my brother was a huge Minnesota Twins fan.
Oh, my
Loved Tony Oliva. And we went and Harmon Killebrew.
Yeah,
whatever. So we would go and sit on that one season. We used to watch the Pie. Went to a number of games going on the rooftop of those apartments.
And you weren't the only one.
Exactly.
And because there was a hill there too.
Yep.
Yeah. Paul, he was a good guy. I worked at Franklin when he was going to school there.
Yeah. So we start the second half here. Cleveland takes over, 1st and 10 on its own 20-yard line. Quarterback Gabriel Morris directing traffic.
He is their key to their offense.
Getting his guys set up. As they are set up now, they're in the, as John calls it, the inverted T. He's got 2 receivers to his left. And the snap and the quick pitch out. And not a lot of running room there. I believe that was number 18.
Number
check
20,
that, Davion Brooks.
21, get in the way. Don't just run alongside of him. Hit somebody.
Yeah.
I mean,
and John, I really think that I may be mistaken here, but I think Owen Patterson and Davion Brooks, either they switch jerseys or on the roster they have them wrong, because I'm pretty sure that Brooks is wearing number 18 and Patterson number 19. It's funny because a friend of mine has a nephew and a couple of nephews that play for Rainier Beach. And so last week, as we're calling out a particular player, so they're listening to the radio, they hear it, and his dad, I got to get down and see it. And it turns out he had switched jerseys.
He wasn't even him.
So it's like, oh my goodness. So one of the things you got, don't switch your jersey.
Don't switch jerseys. The roster with your name and your numbers. For the
PA announcer, if you got scouts coming to take a look at the game, a number of reasons why, the game film. So anyway, with that second down play, no gain. And so it will be a 3rd and 11 for the Eagles on the 19-yard line, trying to mount some type of drive here. We're the second half, and it will be running clock because Roosevelt leading the Eagles 51-0.
You got double wideouts, and you got, I guess
high snap, it's on the ground, but on the bounce, Gabriel Morris gets it, and he's got a receiver wide open, and that's Brooks, and Brooks across the 40.
He delivered a blow.
Yes, he did. He put his shoulder down. So I tell you what, Gabriel Morris did a great job of fielding that, getting it on the one hop on the bounce, and then he saw Brooks there in the left flat or the right flat, and Brooks got it. Nobody was around him, and Brooks carries it for about 20. Almost a 20-yard pickup to the 37-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds, so it'll be first.
They were so surprised that they were able to get the pass off. But again, a broken record. The play starts with the snap.
And they were fortunate at that point. Number one, he was able to field it, and the defense came out of their containment looking for the ball, and it opened up a play. So 1st and 10 at the 37 for the Eagles. looking to mount some type of drive, get some points on the board, trailing 51-0.
They've spread out.
Gabriel Morris looking over the middle. He's got a receiver high, almost picked off.
Oh,
And he was looking, I believe, for Dwayne Blake, and it was just a little bit high and falls incomplete. And again, because of the mercy rule, the clock will continue to run. So it's at 9:19 and continuing to run here to be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles at their own 37-yard line.
well, it's pretty evident they're going to try to pass the ball down the field. It looks like because they haven't had much success on the run.
No, they haven't. And Gabriel Morris has got a live arm. He can get and he, John, I've noticed. I mean, he deals with the pressure well. He steps up in the pocket or rolls out,
and he can run.
Yeah. So he is a threat. And the snap, he gets it.
Roosevelt's coming. They brought the weak
And a
sideline.
flag.
Yep.
And Morris is going to be hit for maybe a yard gain, but a flag on the play. And John, it may be illegal motion, illegal movement. Let's see.
I think so.
Yep, illegal formation.
Yep.
So that will come back. Flag on the play as the scoreboard is telling our fans here. If you just tuned in, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio's live coverage of Metro League football. We are live at Memorial Stadium under the lights with the Space Needle looking right at us, giving us a big smile. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And this is the first of our doubleheader tonight. And so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because Juan Cotto and John will give you the call for game number 2. And that will feature the Franklin Quakers and the Lincoln Lynx.
They're coming.
They still call the Quakers, aren't they? I know they
Quakes.
The Quakes. Is it Quakes? Okay, the Quakes.
They're coming.
I knew they changed it.
They're going to blitz. It looks like it. They're dogging. Yes, they brought the weak side linebacker.
And Morris rolling to his right, looking for somewhere, trying to get rid of it, and he does. He's got a receiver open, and I believe that is the big tight end, number 5, Dwayne Blake. And Blake going to be close to a first down. So I tell you what, Morris did a great job, John, of avoiding the rush, staying, with the receiver, and then finally unloading it.
It almost seems like he got lost. There were so many people hanging around him.
Yeah.
They said, where's the quarterback? And he got rid of the ball. It's pretty obvious this isn't Roosevelt's first
They got the reserves in there.
Reserves
and his coach, Ryan Sherlock said he's going to play his reserves here.
Yep.
So it's going to be 3rd down and inches to go for the first down. And Gabriel Morris has got 3 receivers split to his left, 1 to the short side of the field on his right, a single back behind him. And looking to pass, a rush coming, and Morris is he's going to run it. He tucks it, puts his shoulder down across midfield.
Yes.
And Gabriel Morris picks up the first down in Roosevelt territory down to the 46-yard line.
Okay, he's there. Let's just hope he doesn't get tired out or hurt because he's their threat.
Yeah,
really. He really is.
Yeah, he is. The
runner
ball,
pass, RPO, run pass option.
Yeah, going through the hands of number 2, Gabriel Morris, a senior, both quarterback and linebacker. And again, John, remember him this past spring. He had a fine spring for the Eagles.
You got to admire his spunk, man. He's competing.
So he
had trips left. Trips left.
Morris had a brother who played this spring and graduated. Was a senior, and so Gabriel holding down the Morris looking to his he's got pressure. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got some room. He's across the 40, and he'll be stopped right there at about the 40, so it'll be about a 7-yard pickup.
Yep. He's got some deceptive speed, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling
really
you, it
does.
looks like they're going to close on him. He outruns that initial, and he bounces off that initial contact. So he's pretty strong, man. You know?
He is. He's a short, stout young man, but he's got some power and not afraid to put the shoulder down. So pick up there of 7 yards down to the 40-yard line. 5:23 left to go here in the third quarter. Roosevelt leading Cleveland 51-0.
That's a good point you made about him. This is a physics lesson, ladies and gentlemen. The shorter you are, the lower your center of gravity, the harder it is for you to get knocked over. Unless somebody's 300 pounds hits you.
Right. I remember, hold on, the handoff inside, and I believe that is Davion Brooks. And Brooks.
Yeah.
Now, and the PA announcer is saying O.M. Tatterson, but John, I believe
that's not him.
Now, Tatterson's listed as a sophomore quarterback, Davion Brooks, a junior running back, and I think Either the roster is wrong or the players switch numbers.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with, I believe that is Davion
That's
Brooks.
Davion Brooks,
Yeah,
I bet you.
Yeah. So Brooks with a pickup of about 2.5 yards. So it's third and again less than a yard to go.
Trips left.
The wide side of the field. Yep.
One back.
Gabriel Morris calling the signals.
Oh boy,
He
they're
gets the
showing.
snap.
Yep.
Fakes the handoff, and then he's going to keep it. He's going to run. He's got a first down, and then some. Oh, puts his
my
shoulder down,
goodness.
and he makes the defender pay. Wyatt Jordan came up, and Jordan made the tackle, but he took the shot.
You look like an offensive lineman throwing a pancake block out there.
Boy,
He leveled the guy. He
Gabriel
leveled him.
Morris has come to play.
He is the threat.
And John, we talked about this in the first half. Regardless of the score, these kids are still competing.
Oh,
And
yeah. You got to give him credit.
Yeah, and a lot of that goes to Charles McFarland, the head coach, and his coaching staff.
Yep.
And that play is going to come back. It looks like a penalty. And so
too bad.
So it's somewhere on the gain. So it's not going to go back. It's going to come back to the 45-yard line. So that's going to make it a 3rd and 8 yards to go.
Yeah, 3rd and about 8.
So the penalty happened across, and unfortunately, John, the runner was, beyond the line of scrimmage, had the first down, and then the penalty occurred. It is what it is. So 3rd and 8, balls at the 45-yard line, 3:15 left to go in the third quarter.
Running clock. So it's double wide, one setback.
Moore's calling the signals, getting his team set up. Looking back at the play clock. The snap comes. He's looking to his left now over the middle. He's got some room. He's going to tuck it in. He's going to run it. He's down across the 40, close to the first down.
He's making 5-6 yards every time he carries the ball, And remember, he's 5 yards back of the line of scrimmage.
Right. So if he's doesn't see a receiver open, doesn't
He's
like
going.
it, he's tucking the ball. He's running. So a pickup down to the 39-yard line. That'll make it 4th and 2 for the Eagles. Ball's at the Roosevelt 39-yard line.
Well, we teach it PRO, pass run option. First thing is pass. Second is run. This guy is run pass option RPO.
Yeah. And
he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's getting some positive yard. He being Gabriel Morris, the senior.
Double wide.
So 4th and 2 here for the Eagles, trying to keep this drive alive. Morris looking across the middle. He's got a receiver open and intercept. No, I'm sorry,
it's going to be interference. I think he's going to be a call here.
So incomplete, and there was some contact there.
Yeah.
The flag came right where the ball was. Let's see what the call is.
The ball looked like it was on target. He had a receiver running a little slant in there, or a curl. I couldn't,
Unfortunately, the call coming.
Oh,
it's going to be declined. So it's a holding call against Cleveland. Roosevelt will decline, so that'll be a turnover on downs, and the Rough Riders will take over on their own 39-yard line with 2:04 left to go here in the third quarter. Roosevelt leading Cleveland 51-0. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because Juan Cotto and John Yasutake will bring you game number 2, Franklin and Lincoln, the second of our doubleheader right here at Memorial Stadium. Leon H. Brigham Field. We are in the shadow of the Space Needle.
Juan Cotto's favorite edifice.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you, I take a liking to the Space Needle, John, because it was erected in 1962 for the World's Fair.
Yep.
And that was the year that I was born. So I have a special relationship with the World's Fair, the monorail, and the Space Needle.
Very nice. What does that mean? There's a point at the top. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
Okay.
Pointing up to the sky.
Yes. Looks like you got encroachment on this.
On Cleveland. So 5-yard penalty, 2:01 left to go. So the clock does stop on situation with the penalty until they reset it. And now the clock starts, or should start. The referee has to start on the snap this time. And backup quarterback, and that is Grant Olison. Olison, he pulls it in and runs. He's going to have a first down right out to midfield. So Olison had the touchdown pass, the 51-yard touchdown pass and run to Mark Paget, and that was at the end of the first half.
But it was Paget who did the work.
Yeah, it was a
grabbed
screen
it in one hand.
Yeah, great catch and then run to give Roosevelt the 51-0 lead. Olafson the pass out, and a great defensive play coming up with the stop.
Very good.
And I believe that was And great, that was the quarterback there, John.
Yeah.
That was Gabriel Morris.
Yeah.
And you see what he did. He helped the opponent up.
Good sportsman.
And again, just great sportsmanship. I really like what I'm seeing out of Gabriel Morris and this Cleveland team.
Yeah.
Even though they're trailing 51-0, they are competing. They are not giving up, and they're showing good sportsmanship as well. Because they would have reason to be upset and bitter, but they are out here competing.
We've seen teams with as they say, dominating players just go crazy with penalties, unsportsmanlike, all of that, unnecessary roughness, all that kind of stuff, unsportsmanlike conduct.
But certainly not seeing that from the Cleveland Eagles. And again, I take my hat off to Charles McFarland and his coaching staff.
Good discipline. Discipline.
His assistants, Chris Johnson, Tremaine Park, Nolan Anderson, Damian Harper, Terrell Harrison.
Oh, Terrell, yeah.
They're doing a great job.
Oh, nice. Oh, he timed it, but he got picked up.
Olafson, look, he's got a receiver on the sideline. Just a little bit out of his reach. Incomplete. He was looking for a Mark Padgett. Yeah. And Padgett just a little bit out beyond Padgett's reach, and so falls incomplete. It'll be third down and about 14 to go.
Well, they chased him out of the pocket because that Cleveland was blitzing, and he actually timed it very well.
So, a couple times they did that in the first half, and their timing was just a little off, and it was encroachment. But like you said, the timing good this time. This will be the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, they're crouching. Here they come.
And Edelson, he's got in the screen, and he hits it to Garrett Dowden. Dowden's got some room.
Nice run.
Across midfield, across the 45, and he's going to be shy of the first down. So that will do it for the third quarter, and that's going to make it 4th and about 2. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Check it. It'll be 4th and 3. Ball's on the 43-yard line. They've got to get down to the 40. So we're going to take a timeout here. I'm going to throw it to Daniel B. He's going to update you on upcoming games and scores, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. Daniel?
Yes, thank you there. Of course, this is game 1 of our doubleheader, and all the play continues from Memorial Stadium here with the second game, Franklin at Lincoln from Memorial Stadium at 7:45. Since this game is definitely running ahead of schedule, we'll definitely start on time at 7:45. Franklin at Lincoln. You want to watch it live? Lock it in on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Metro League Football, Franklin at Lincoln. And you can set a reminder so you don't miss any second of action right there. In the top 20, currently in action, number 15, Kelso, here in the fourth quarter with 9:43 left in that game. Kelso leads 35-10, well in hand in that one. 35-10 over Evergreen right there on. And kicking off here in about 15 minutes. Look for Eastside Catholic hosting Rainier Beach, and Seattle Prep hosting Garfield. 2 very big ones for the Metro League. Also a big one yesterday, O'Day getting back in play after the Eastside Catholic loss and whooping Ballard yesterday, 42-14 to move to 5-2.
All right, thank you, Daniel. And fourth quarter action starting. Roosevelt 4th and 3 on the 43. Player in motion, the handoff, and that is number 9, Caden Hupp. And Hupp cuts
quarterback keeper.
Check me. Yeah, they fooled me on the play there.
Fooled me too until I saw the back open his hands up. He didn't have the ball.
And so let's see. Grant Olafson, it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be short, John. There,
it looks a little short.
Looks like the nose of the football just shy of the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
But let's see if they bring the sticks out or not.
Nope,
they're not.
He didn't make the line to gain. Yeah.
So turnover on downs, and we are here again, running clock here in the second half. So this game will be.
What I don't understand, the guy's over 6 feet tall. He could have just stretched out.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Olafson, he's listed at 6'3".
Yes.
So he is a
tall,
junior quarterback, and it's shown he's got some time earlier in the game.
Yeah.
And it's shown, so I think, in good hands when senior Connor Ridenour graduates. Roosevelt will be in good hands. So Cleveland takes over 1st and 10 on its own 41-yard line, trailing 51-0.
Double wide.
58 left to go in the first in the game, I should say.
Oh, I think they're moving again. Double wide, and they're running a one-back set.
Offside on the defense.
All right.
So that'll be 5 yards for the Eagles. They'll advance, so it'll be 1st and 5.
Have they ever? They have not crossed midfield, have they?
Actually, they did
one time.
they did,
That's
one
right.
time.
Yeah, I take
You know,
that
and
back.
just and then got pushed back.
Push back.
Yeah. So threatening to get into Roosevelt territory. The ball's on the 46-yard line of Cleveland. They have it 1st and 5.
Double wides again.
And John, I was going to say again, with the penalty, the clock stops and it will start on. Actually, they started this time before, which is what they should have done before.
Yeah, I know.
But last time they waited until the snap. The clock has started 10:45 with the clock ticking. Gabriel Morris.
Double wide with one back.
And calling the signals.
And they're jumping up in here. Roosevelt's going to, it looks like they're going to bring 7.
High
they're
snap,
bringing
but
5.
And Morris just keeps it himself, spins, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
But he is a tough guy to bring down.
Yeah, he is.
He got hit at the line of scrimmage by more than one guy. And
yeah, kept the
he
legs
pushed
moving.
the ball. He pushed the ball forward.
So they may give him a yard. Yeah, I think they're going to give him a yard out to the 47.
He was good to get that much.
Yeah,
there were 5 or 6 guys around. I mean,
John, that's going to make it 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. Check that 2nd and 3 because it was a 1st and 5. So 2nd and 3. Gabriel Morris picks up 2 yards on the keeper, or yard on the keeper, forgive me. So
double wide again, one back set.
Now in motion.
I'd be surprised if they throw this, but
Dwayne Blake and bobble snap, but Morris picks it up and on the broken plays across midfield and has a first down. Boy, I tell you, John, I tell you, I mean, the broken play sometimes when the ball is on the
everyone
turf,
stops.
Everybody stops, or they come toward the ball, they lose
right.
containment.
Yep.
And Gabriel Morris taking advantage of it, got outside and got the first down.
He's fast enough to get to the outside, and he did. And they lost contain. They were going for the ball. But, I mean, fumbled. Well, actually, I think the back ran into him on that mesh point.
Yeah.
The back ran into him because the back came inside. You want to have a clean handoff. It's called a mesh point where the quarterback meets the back to hand the ball off.
Well, and first you got to start out with something you've harped on is you got to have a clean snap. A good snap there.
Right.
So snaps have been a little bit high. Gabriel Morris has done a good job of fielding the snaps. This time a good snap. Morris got a receiver and it's caught.
And he caught it. Deflection.
The ball was deflected by number 29, Joe Davis, and then went into the hands of the Eagles receiver, and he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. And I'm trying to see the number. I believe that was number 23.
23.
Shukun Wu.
Yeah, 23.
So Wu, man, great concentration to catch a tip pass. Yep.
Eye-hand coordinator.
And so the Eagles threatening. They have it in the deepest territory, and rather as deep as they've had it all game at the Roosevelt 20-yard line. 8:20 left to go. And the Eagles knocking on the door, John, trying to get some points on the board.
Play for pride. Double wide, single back set again.
Morris gets the snap, looking to his right. He's rolling to his right now.
Wide open
It's
field.
outside contain. He's going to run.
Open.
Get some blocks. He's out across the 10-yard line, across the 5, and down to about the 3-yard line.
2 or 3. Wide open field. Fast enough to take advantage of it. They lost contain on that one.
Yeah, so pickup of about 17 yards for Gabriel Morris. And he was out directing traffic, John.
Yep.
And so with 7:40 left to go in the ball game, the Eagles knocking on the door, threatening to get their first score. So Gabriel Morris got a power eye behind him. Looks like he's got Shukun Wu and Davion
eye back set.
Brooks. And now in motion is the tight end, Dwayne Brooks. And the handoff, and that is Wu, and the ball's out, but they're going to say he was down. Yeah, he's down. So Wu stopped short of the end zone. Looks like about
a foot away, right?
So the ball's going to be right on the goal line, the nose of the ball, just shy of the goal line. They mark just inside the 1-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal, less than a yard to go for the Eagles.
See, I see that yellow restraining line, but that's for soccer, so it's hard to.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, trying to see exactly where the ball is from our vantage point here. So this time, Gabriel Morris in the gun. Davion Brooks to his left. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. So they open it up a little bit.
This is a keeper.
Keeper is in touchdown. Gabriel Morris. Gabriel Morris just took the snap, and it almost kind of like from, the Wildcat set, and he just took it and ran it in.
Yeah, we got 2 wideouts on each side and 1 setback, but I'm taking the ball, and that's exactly what he did, right in the middle.
So Gabriel Morris will call it a 1-yard touchdown to get the Eagles on the scoreboard here with 6:28 left to play. The score is 51-6. Roosevelt leading Cleveland.
Play for pride.
That's it. And John, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I so appreciate the job that the Cleveland coaching staff is doing, keeping their kids motivated. They are showing great sportsmanship, and they're out here competing.
Yeah.
Focus,
Focus can go both ways. You're way ahead or way behind, you know.
And, you know,
Stay
something we
focused.
talked about as we started the second half is that, you know, I said, as a coach, I'm telling my team, it's 0-0. Let's go win the second half. And right now, Cleveland leading the second half 6-0, going for 2 points. Morris looking to his right, tosses it, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Oh, just.
Yep, he had the receiver
He
there.
had the
just
receiver.
couldn't pull it in.
Threw a little bit faster, a little bit more zip. That would
Yeah, exactly. He needed to drill that in there. So with 6:28 left to play, Cleveland on the scoreboard, but the Roosevelt Rough Riders leading it 51-6.
Yeah, you gotta handle those Cleveland kids.
And in the background, you hear the Roosevelt band. They're here in full force along with their cheer squad. They have, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 young ladies cheering. You got the 3 drum majors there leading the band, or the band leaders. And they are getting it done. They're in full force here, the Rough Rider band, and we are live at Memorial Stadium. I want to say a big thank you to Lourdes Prim. Did a great job of getting some interviews there for us in the first half and at halftime. Vanessa Ewart Northrop on the camera now doing her job. Jeremy Beckwith, our newest intern. So we're in full force.
Vanessa, huh?
That is
I always
Vanessa.
know her as Peyton's sister.
She's going to get you. And John referring to Peyton Blackmer. Peyton was the first intern that Rainier Avenue Radio had from Seattle Academy.
Yep.
And she part of the internship program or senior project program that I manage at Seattle Academy.
Did a great job.
Peyton, did a great job for Rainier Avenue Radio. So her younger sister, Vanessa, is here following in big sister's footsteps. So 6:28 left to go in the ball game. Roosevelt commanding 51-0 lead, or 51-6 lead, forgive me.
Come on.
Gabriel Morris doing everything, man, handling all the kicking duties, quarterback, linebacker, everything.
Onside kick this thing. Try to get the ball back. He can.
Well, let's see.
Let's see if he can cover it.
And he kicks it away. And,
went through there.
And fielded by Sam Ingham. And Ingham's got some room. He's got a seam. He's on the left. He could go, John. It's a foot race.
Yes.
And Ingham gets by the one guy. He's going to go all the way. He's going to take it 80-plus yards. Oh, ho, ho. Tell you what, Sam Ingham. Yes, indeed.
Yes. He made that one cut, and he was gone. That.
And Sam Ingham takes it all the way back on the kickoff. And Ingman, forgive me. And Ingman had, in the first half, a 27-yard touchdown catch and run. And he takes this one back 80 yards.
And what do they, in Nebraska, they don't call you substitutes or second teams, they call you alternates.
The alternates, yeah.
These were the Roosevelt alternates that scored on that special teams play.
So Roosevelt back on the board here in the second half, making it 57-6, trying to make it 58 with the extra point. And Sam Ingman with just a great fielded the kick and took it back.
What is he, a sophomore or what's it say?
Sam Ingman is a sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
Sophomore.
He said he was going to play as underclassman, so.
Yeah. But Ingman is one that, was in the regular lineup and played in the first half. Extra point is up and is good, so that makes the score 58-6. Roosevelt over Cleveland. And we've got 6:11 left to go in the ball game. So, John, tell you what, great. and what do you do? You're playing your reserves.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not trying to run up the score.
Yep.
It's just a product of a good play.
So I leave home, I get in my car, drive all the way to Seattle to watch the kid Connor Ridnour. He's highly rated. He only plays one quarter.
Yeah, and showed
a
us
half.
why. Yeah,
Yeah.
showed us why. I
Yep.
mean, really a live arm
Yep.
and made some good decisions out there.
Yep.
So, again, he is a player to watch. Senior quarterback
Yep.
Connor Rittenauer, and has got some looks.
And you coach to know also it's not your physical ability, it's your leadership quality. How you engage with your teammates, how you lead them, how they,
John, people don't understand how important that is. And I'll tell you a story. So you remember the legend Casey Jones, who passed away this past Christmas.
Yes.
So KC, coach his last couple of years head coach was with the Sonics.
Yep.
And I got to know KC, and for 4 years did the Casey Jones basketball camp.
Great man.
But KC would tell me stories. He said, Rick, he said, we were in a situation in Boston where there's a lot of racism, and the kickoff fielded and
recovered.
Yeah, recovered. I tell you what, the Cleveland player got it and then lost it, but he was able to fall on it, and that
He
was
actually gained 10 yards on the
Davion
football.
Brooks. Yeah. Anyway, Casey Jones talked about how there was racism on the team. He said outside of playing, they didn't really have a relationship with some of their teammates. But he said, Rick, when we went through that door of the locker room, we became family.
Yeah.
And there was something about uniting for a common goal, a common purpose, and that locker room camaraderie, whatever, and that's an extreme. Yeah, that's an extreme situation that I just described.
Right.
But that team chemistry, that leadership, that supporting one another.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, and I don't care how great a player is, if he or she is a cancer in that locker room.
Exactly.
It's something you got to think about. Is it worth it? Is the return on investment worth it or not?
That's exactly the point. Excellent point, Rick.
So the handoff and ball's out, and looks like Roosevelt's going to recover. Yeah. And in at quarterback, the new quarterback for Cleveland, John, I believe, was, again, Owen Tatterson. And Tatterson trying to get rid of the ball. And, almost, if I'm a referee, and they're not going to say it, but he was in the grasp of a defender.
I thought he was down.
You almost say he's down, but they said no, and he lost the football. So the Rough Riders take over on the Cleveland 3-yard line.
Yeah.
First and goal to go. So with 4:45 left to play in the ball game, Roosevelt about ready to add to the lead. And John, I don't know what you do in a situation like this.
Kneel. If you're Roosevelt, just kneel.
Yeah. So
take a knee.
Ben Davis, sophomore, is in at quarterback, and behind him is running back Nathan Hahn, another sophomore. They hand off to Hahn, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped for about a 4-yard loss back to the 8-yard line.
Yep. Just kneel.
Kneel, or again, you've got now probably as coach. Talked about at halftime, Ryan Sherlock said, I'm going to be playing, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 deep. You may have your 3 deeps now. So great experience for them. So you want to let them run the play. And same lineup, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Nathan Hahn. And the throw and knocked incomplete. So again, John, I can't emphasize how important this type of experience is for these young sophomores. These kids that typically would not play in a game, and to be able to get on this field in this environment, this atmosphere, takes away some of the mystique of that, and really, really helps prepare them.
Well, nothing prepares you for a game but a game.
Yeah,
game experience is it's the best teacher of all. Because you can't replicate it at practice.
No, not at all. And don't go anywhere, because game number 2, Franklin and Lincoln coming up. And the handoff and to the left side and staying on his feet is short.
Nice. Yeah.
Nathan Hahn, the sophomore, running about 5'5", 145.
Yep.
And he didn't want to come down on that inside the 5-yard line, get some positive yards.
Kept his feet going.
Yeah, pickup of about maybe 4 or 5 yards. I'm going to give him 5. He was at the 13, down to about the 3.
Yep.
I'm sorry, he was at the 8 and down to about the 3.
Yep. Fourth down.
So 4th, and quarterback Ben Davis looking to the sideline for the play.
Yeah, these are your deeper reserves on Roosevelt's team.
Yeah, they are. And then I like the fact that Coach not kneeling on it, getting these kids some playing time in a situation like this. Like I said, is invaluable experience. And the snap, and quarterback Ben Davis rolling to his right. Now he's got a receiver, throws it, and it's going to fall incomplete.
That's it.
So that'll be a turnover on downs with 2:20 left to go in the ball game. So the Eagles will take over, and the clock will stop with the switch of possessions. And it goes now. They'll start the clock back again. So Cleveland will probably get a couple of plays off here, John, and that's going to do it for the ball game here. The score right now, 58-6, and Roosevelt just started off, John, and they never looked back. They led it 51-0 at the half.
Offense, defense, and on the special teams, they did it all.
And special teams, really, I've said this a couple of times, but they had scored a touchdown and then recovered the kick. Cleveland not able to field the kickoff. They scored. Again, the kickoff, Cleveland not able to field it, and then a field goal. And in an instant, Roosevelt was up 17-0, and they never looked back. Ball's on the turf.
Oh, boy.
Mishap on the handoff there.
Bad mesh point.
And down there in the end zone. So, I think it's going to be a safety. No, it's a touchdown recovered by Roosevelt, and I believe that was number 74.
Yeah, 74.
That is Emmanuel Wola Medhin.
The 220-plus pound guy.
Yeah.
He's not a small kid.
6 feet. Well, 6 feet. They list him at 6 feet, 185.
Oh, him. It's 185. Yeah. He's not the other guy. The other guy is about 220.
Yeah. So with a minute 35 left to go, Wolo Medhin recovers the fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. And waiting for the extra point here, John. It's currently 64-6. So, this is a tough one. I mean, I think as a coach, and if, I'm in the shoes of Charles McFarland, I'm going to praise my team for the fact that these kids, and the extra point is up and it's good, making it 65-6. I'm going to praise my kids because, John, there was no quit, no give up in this Cleveland Eagle team, and that's impressive. So I'm certainly, praising my kids for that. And, whatever you can take away that was positive, you take that away, and then you say, hey, you know what? It's done. Let's look to next week.
New day.
Yeah. So back out. It'll be just a break here for a moment as the teams get lined up. A minute 36 left to play. Roosevelt leading Cleveland 65-6.
Yeah, I checked that guy. He's 220, 6'3". Walter Minton.
Oh, okay.
I looked at you. I said, man, I wish I looked that size. I wish that was 185, but no, he was 220. I said, he's too big to be that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was looking at Cole Whitehouse. Yeah, you're right.
That's a big kid.
Yeah,
220, 220, man.
They got him listed at offensive defensive line, and he was in there and recovered fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. So Emmanuel, his first touchdown of his career, I'm sure.
Yep.
And being a lineman, he's celebrating that. So the kick, and it's going to go deep and fielded at the 5-yard line and drop, but picked up now. And that is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, John, Dwayne Blake.
Yep.
And Blake takes it out to just shy of the 20-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
It'll be, just a little shy of the 20. About 19 and 3/4.
So we'll probably have time to get one final playoff. It's a minute left and the clock is still moving. So the Eagles will have time to get one playoff, and that likely will do it. But again, I want to remind you, keep it right here to Rainier Avenue Radio. Daniel will update you when the game concludes here with other scores around the city as well as upcoming games tonight. And then Juan and John will be back for game number 2, Franklin and Lincoln, right here at Memorial Stadium. And the quarterback, Gabriel Morris, takes it and he's going to run it, and he's out across to the 25. And, John, I think that's going to do it. Let's see.
That will be it. Unless they want to hurry up and run another play, but.
Well, they stopped the clock because Morris is down and hurt again, so they stopped the clock with 19 seconds left to go. And we'll see what the call is. So with 19 seconds left, Gabriel Morris, the Cleveland quarterback, on the run. And, Yeah, John, I tend to think maybe he's a pretty stocky kid. I tend to think it might be. It looks like
Cramps?
it looks like they're kind of moving that foot around, and so could be a cramp in the calf area. I think that's probably what he's experiencing.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. He's limping off, and you know how that is. You get that cramp in here, and got to loosen that up.
But then when you try to favor that cramp, your other leg cramps. So that's happened to me before too.
Yeah, no doubt. So we'll have one final play here with 19 seconds. The teams line it back up, and unless they start the clock. So we'll see. Right now, the referees have not started the clock yet, so we may have one more play.
I think they're waiting for him to get off the field. But, I mean, to give him a hand, he's a competitor.
Yeah.
And
one of the referees, shaking Gabriel Morris's hand, and just appreciating the fact that, again, I can't emphasize this enough, John, for the coaching staff at Cleveland, keeping these kids in the game, and they have competed, and I can't tell you how impressed I am with that. So, final play of the game, and let's see if they don't have to take the snap. So, we'll see. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. That's the ball game.
Yep.
So Roosevelt, a big winner here today in game number 1. They beat Cleveland 65-6. That is the final for John Yasutaki. I'm Rick Dupree. I'll throw it to Daniel B. He will give you an update on what else is happening tonight. And then keep it right here for game number 2, Franklin and Lincoln at 7:45. Daniel?
Yes, and that game that started at 4:30 for number 15 Kelso is all wrapped up and finished. They, with a very convincing win over Evergreen, they scored 2 touchdowns late to make it 42-10 win for number 15 Kelso. But we have a couple of games that have just kicked off and already reporting scores. Number 1, Marysville Pilchuck earlier in their game at number 19 Arlington. It's all knotted up at 0 apiece. 11 minutes left in the first. Eastside Catholic Rainier Beach has just kicked off. We're getting reports from that game. It's still 0-0 earlier in the first. Also, Ferndale early in the first quarter, 8 minutes left. It's 0-0 Ferndale versus hosting Stanwood. And Mountain View just kicking off their game at Prairie. And they're starting with 12 minutes there left in the first quarter there. And we'll get you updates when we come back right here on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio. We'll be doing Franklin at Lincoln. As you can see there on the screen, go ahead and look it up and on Facebook and YouTube. We'll kick off at 7:45, and you can watch and listen in. Then there's a button for you to set a reminder on Facebook and YouTube especially. So search Metro League Football Franklin at Lincoln. And we hope to see you then. For now, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to our station stream. Real estate and money is already in progress. Give you some advice on if you're trying to sell a home or trying to take care of your money. Tune in right here on the Rainier Avenue Radio stream. That's on our app, iPhone and Android users. And also on our website, there's a player in the upper right corner, RainierAvenueRadio.world. Go there. But until then, check us out at 7:45. Franklin at Lincoln. Thank you all for tuning in to Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station.